Hello everyone, good evening. Welcome to this Facebook Live. It's Monday 7 p.m. time for yet another topic of discussion. Alright, welcome to this video where we'll be talking about effects of parental conflicts on children. Okay? Now let me start by asking you all a question. How many of you have been in a situation where you had conflict either with your spouse or with any family member for that matter, in front of your children? Has that ever happened to you? That happens, right? So in today's video, in today's live, we'll be checking how can you have healthy conversations with other family members by avoiding that conflict, right? Now, first of all, do you agree that having conflicts in front of your children with the other members in the family is kind of an unhealthy environment for your children to grow up in, right? It's not very safe for children. Sometimes they get scared, right? Sometimes, they're confused, they're irritated, they kind of start pulling your energy as well, right? Whatever your energy is, it kind of gets transferred to your children as well. If you are furious, for no reason, your children get furious, right? See, it's very obvious that we get angry. It's very obvious that we get furious, right? We are humans, right? But the point is how you put that across to the other person, yeah? So I want to know what your efforts were in putting that point across to the other person in a healthy manner so your children are not disturbed by it. They are not disturbed by it. Let's see, we have Deepthi saying, trying to adjust with that family member. Okay, adjustment is one way. Avoid that conversation and talk about it later is what Shraddha is saying. Yes, right? Very logical step. When children are there, just avoid that and see if you can talk about it maybe tomorrow or a little later when your children are not there. Yeah. Let's see what else we have. We have Gaurav saying, to avoid the situation, we have decided to close the eyes and count till 10 to stay calm. That's again a brilliant way of handling it. We have Anam says, can't handle. Okay. Then Sarika says, sometimes just try to adjust. Okay, like each of us, for sure, we have tried it in some way or the other to give our children a good environment to live in, correct? Now, I'm going to be sharing with you a couple of steps in which, by using these steps, you can easily have a better environment for your children to grow up in spite of having those differences with the other family members. Okay, whatever you guys have just said is brilliant. I'm going to put in my views as well. Then whatever you connect with, just go back and try, and then let's see how it goes. Yeah. Okay, we have this Sweden saying, many times I try not to converse in front of them, but sometimes it becomes uncontrollable. Exactly. The entire point of today's discussion is that how can we do that? How can we control that? How can we better our response to it, right? So first of all, before we dive into what that is exactly, let's see how it's going to affect our children. What kind of effects do you think your children will have when they see you guys when they see their parents having, conflicts or exchange of words in a very strong way? See, if I think the first effect that children will have is on their mind, right? Their mental health gets disturbed if these conflicts go beyond a certain point. They go out of hand, out of control. It affects their mental health, right? They feel scared, yeah, and they feel unsafe, right? This kind of an effect is, it's completely dangerous for children, especially in their formative years of growth. Yeah. And we have, as Vidi says, they get very reserved as well. Yeah. They feel, oh, I better not talk now. Things are just not going right. I better refrain myself from saying anything right now. Yeah. If this happens like over and over and over again, and if this becomes like if this kind of an environment is dictating in your home, then the kind of effect they're going to have is on their mental health, also on their emotion, On the emotional health, they feel emotionally insecure. First one is mental health gets disturbed. Next one is emotional security, right? They feel unsafe to be around you guys, yeah, especially when you're fighting. But if this kind of continues for a longer period of time, they feel unsafe to be with you all the time. Yes, they feel scared a lot. And the third effect is they start imitating you, right? Knowingly or unknowingly, they become you. Yeah, that kind of an energy gets transferred onto children and they start becoming you. If you're screaming, they eventually learn to scream as well. Yes, if you're raising your voice way too much, they start doing that too. If you find yourself slamming the door, then your children do that too, right? If you kind of make actions like, or faces like, oh, all this kind of an action, they start doing that too. Basically, your children imitate you. Now, this becomes a clue for you. If you feel that your children are getting angry or irritated and there's a certain behavior when they're upset, just check if they are mirroring you. Yeah? Because these three effects are literally critical to find that your children are mirroring you in terms of expressions, in terms of actions, in terms of words, right? In terms of energy as well. Though nothing has happened to them, but your energy gets transferred onto them. Mental health, emotional insecurity, and imitation, knowingly or unknowingly. They start imitating you. So if you want to continue your learning journey, then I want you to click the link in the description box and be a part of my closed Facebook group called Parenting with Ease, wherein you can attend the Monday lives that I do every week. All right, I'm going to see you there. Take care.